Hi middle one, our lesson today is about parallelogram and its special cases. Parallelogram is a special quadrilateral, has a lot of features and properties. In the parallelogram, each two opposite sides are equal and parallel. Each two opposite angles are congruent. Each two consecutive angles are supplementary, and the diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other. About the perimeter of the parallelogram, like the perimeter of the rectangle, the sum of two consecutive sides multiplied by 2. Now let's talk more about special quadrilaterals. Special quadrilaterals selected or determined according to three parameters: sides and angles and diagonals. If the sides are equal or parallel, then this quadrilateral is special. When the angles are equal or supplementary, then this quadrilateral is special, and the diagonals, if the diagonals are bisected or equal or perpendicular, then this quadrilateral is special. According to this classification, let's say that the first special quadrilateral is the trapezium or trapezoid. Trapezoid or trapezium has only one special feature, which is trapezium has only two parallel sides, and from it the isosceles trapezium has two parallel sides and two opposite equal sides. Okay, second, and which is called the father of special quadrilaterals, is the parallelogram. Parallelogram has a lot of features, a lot of special features according to sides and angles and diagonals. Sides of parallelogram: each two opposite sides equal and parallel. About the angles: each two opposite angles congruent, and each two consecutive angles are supplementary. About the diagonals of the parallelogram: diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Second classification: from the parallelogram we can find the rectangle and the rhombus. If we change the angles of the parallelogram, and if the parallelogram has right angles, it turns to a rectangle. Then the rectangle has all the features of the parallelogram, plus it has four right angles. And when the angles are right, then the diagonals are equal. Then the rectangle has all the features of the parallelogram, plus it has four right angles and equal diagonals. And if we change the sides of the parallelogram to be equal sides, then we're gonna have a rhombus. Rhombus is a parallelogram has four equal sides. And when the sides of the parallelogram are equal, then we're gonna find perpendicular diagonal. Then the rhombus is a parallelogram has four equal sides and perpendicular diagonal. And the last and the more special quadrilaterals is the square. Square has all the previous features, When the rectangle has four equal sides, turns to square, and when the rhombus has right angles, turns to square. Then the square has all the previous features: both sides, each two opposite sides equal and parallel. About the angles, four right angles. About the diagonals, equal and perpendicular diagonals. Let's have some exercises. In the opposite figure, ABCD is a parallelogram such that AC intersects BD in point M. CG equals 2 cm, MC 2.5 cm, and MD 1.8 cm, and I need to calculate the perimeter of the triangle AMB. Since this figure is a parallelogram, then each two opposite sides are equal, then AB equals CD equals 2 cm, and the diagonals bisect each other. Then MA equals MC equals 2.5 cm, and MD equals MB equals MD equals 1.8 cm. Then we can easily calculate the perimeter of the triangle AMB by adding its sides like that to find 6.3 centimeter. The next question. Here I have measure of the angles in expression of x. Angle B equals 5x, and angle BAC equals x degrees, and the angle CAB 2x degrees. How can we solve this type of questions? We know very important information about the parallelogram, which is each two consecutive angles are supplementary, means their sum equals 180 degrees. Then measure of angle A plus measure of angle B together equals 180 degrees. Let's add thus angles in terms of x. 5x plus 2x plus x equals 8x. Then the sum of the two consecutive angles A and B equals 8x. Then 8x equals 180 degrees. Here, if we solve this equation, we can find the value of x to be 22.5 degrees. Now we can easily calculate the measure of angle BCD. BCD equals measure of angle BAD, which is 3x. 3 times 22.5 equals 67.5 degrees. And the angle ADC equals measure of angle B, which is 5x. 5x means 5 times 22.5 degrees, which is 112.5 degrees. Here let's complete. The rhombus in which one of its angle is right is called square. The parallelogram in which two diagonals are orthogonal means perpendicular, then it's called rhombus. XYZL is a parallelogram in which measure of angle x 70 degrees, and I need to find measure of angle Z. Here measure of angle Z equals measure of angle x, they are opposite angles. Then Z equals also 70 degrees. The diagonal of the square bisects the angle of the square into two angles. The measure of each of them for sure 45 degrees, because square has 4 right angles. Each angle of them equals 90 degrees. Thank you for listening, and we're gonna meet in another lesson.